Imagine waking up at 3 a.m. to the sound of your husband making a strange noise. You reach over to shake him and his arm is completely limp. His face is drooping on one side, his eyes are open but he cannot speak. You are screaming his name and he cannot answer you. This happened to a real family, a real wife, a real man who had done the same thing every single night for years, believing it was completely harmless. And here is what breaks my heart as a physician. It did not have to happen. My name is Dr. James Harlow, and I have spent over 25 years working in stroke prevention and cardiovascular medicine. In that time, I have seen patterns that most people never get to see. I have watched healthy, active, intelligent adults suffer devastating strokes and heart attacks during sleep. And again, and again, and again, the same nighttime habits keep appearing in their histories. What I am about to share with you is not designed to frighten you. Fear without direction helps nobody. What I am giving you today is the information that could genuinely change what happens to you tonight while you sleep. And I need you to stay with me through this entire video because some of what I am going to tell you will surprise you. Some of it will make you think of habits you have had for years, believing they were either healthy or at worst harmless. They are not harmless. And tonight I am going to prove that to you. If you are over 50, this message is specifically for you. Share it with your spouse, share it with your parents, share it with anyone you love who goes to sleep each night, not realizing what is quietly happening inside their body. Let us begin. Why 3 a.m. is the most dangerous hour of your life. Here is something most people never learn until it is too late. Sleep is not a safe passive state for your cardiovascular system, especially after age 50, especially if you are carrying certain habits into bed with you every night. During sleep, your body is supposed to do something called blood pressure dipping. Your blood pressure naturally falls by 10 to 20% during healthy sleep. Your heart rate slows, your nervous system shifts into a deep repair mode, your brain clears toxic waste that built up throughout the day. This is how sleep is supposed to work. This is what your body is designed to do. But between 2 a.m. and 5 a.m., something shifts. Your body begins preparing to wake up. Cortisol levels start rising. Your blood pressure begins climbing back up. Your blood naturally thickens as circulation patterns change. Your heart rate starts accelerating. According to the American Heart Association, nearly half of all fatal cardiovascular events in older adults occur during nighttime and early morning hours. This is not coincidence. This is biology. And when certain habits interfere with your body's natural nighttime processes, that vulnerable window between 2 a.m. and 5 a.m. becomes something far more dangerous. Let me show you exactly what I mean. The first deadly nighttime habit. The one nobody suspects. Every single night without fail, Robert would do the same thing. 67 years old. Retired engineer, careful about his diet during the day, walked 30 minutes every morning. By every external measure, a man who took his health seriously. But every night after dinner, Robert would settle into his armchair and spend 2 to 3 hours scrolling on his phone or tablet, news, social media, videos, sometimes until midnight or beyond. His wife had asked him to stop many times. He always said the same thing: "It helps me wind down." It was doing the exact opposite inside his body. Here is what most people do not understand about screens and sleep after age 50. The blue light emitted by phones, tablets, and televisions directly suppresses melatonin production in the brain. Melatonin is not simply a sleep hormone. In adults over 50, melatonin plays a critical protective role in cardiovascular function during sleep. It helps regulate blood pressure. It supports the natural nighttime dip that protects your heart and brain. It reduces oxidative stress in blood vessel walls. When you suppress melatonin with 2 or 3 hours of screen exposure before bed, you are not simply making it harder to fall asleep. You are stripping away a layer of cardiovascular protection your body desperately needs during its most vulnerable hours. But the screen problem goes deeper than light alone. The content Robert was consuming every night was doing something else entirely. News, conflict, arguments on social media, upsetting stories. Every piece of emotionally activating content triggers a stress response in your nervous system. Cortisol rises, adrenaline spikes, your heart rate elevates, your blood pressure climbs, and then you lie down and close your eyes and wonder why sleep feels shallow. Why you wake up at 3 a.m. with your heart racing. Why mornings feel exhausting despite 8 hours in bed. A major study published in the journal Sleep Medicine followed adults over 50 who used screens heavily in the 2 hours before bed. The results were stark. These individuals showed significantly disrupted blood pressure patterns during sleep. They spent far less time in deep restorative sleep stages, and they showed measurably higher levels of inflammatory markers associated with cardiovascular disease. Robert scrolled every night for years. One morning at 3:17 a.m., his wife heard a sound she had never heard before. By the time the ambulance arrived, Robert had lost movement on his entire left side. His melatonin was chronically suppressed. His blood pressure never properly dipped during sleep. His inflammatory markers had been elevated for years. His cardiovascular system never got the nighttime protection it needed. The screen was not the only cause, but it was the habit that pushed him over the edge. A simple rule: no screens of any kind in the 60 to 90 minutes before bed. This single change has been shown in clinical research to restore healthy blood pressure dipping patterns within just 2 to 3 weeks. Your heart needs that window of true calm before sleep. Give it to you. The second deadly nighttime habit. The one people do on purpose. Now here is a habit that will surprise you, because so many people do it intentionally, believing it is the responsible and healthy choice. Going to bed with an empty stomach after severely restricting evening eating. I am not talking about sensible light dinners. Light early dinners are protective, and I will explain exactly why shortly. I am talking about adults who eat almost nothing after 4 p.m. or 5 p.m., sometimes skipping dinner entirely, believing this is better for their heart and their weight. After age 50, this pattern becomes genuinely dangerous overnight. Here is the biology. When your blood sugar drops too low during sleep, your body triggers a counter-regulatory response. Adrenaline and cortisol are released to raise glucose levels back up. These stress hormones do not simply fix your blood sugar and disappear quietly. They raise your heart rate, they elevate your blood pressure, they increase the stickiness of your blood platelets, making clots more likely to form. This crisis happens silently while you sleep. You feel nothing. You simply wake up, if you wake up at all. A study published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology found that adults over 55 who experienced significant blood sugar drops during nighttime sleep had a substantially increased risk of dangerous heart rhythm disturbances and nocturnal cardiovascular events. I treated a 72-year-old woman last year, meticulous about her health, ate almost nothing after 5 p.m. every day for 3 years. She believed she was protecting her heart. One night she woke at 3 a.m. with crushing chest pressure. Her blood sugar had dropped severely during sleep, triggering a cascade of stress hormones that sent her blood pressure spiking and triggered a dangerous arrhythmia. The solution is not complicated. Eat a light nutritious dinner before 7 p.m. Include a small amount of complex carbohydrate and lean protein, something that digests slowly and keeps your blood sugar stable throughout the night. A small piece of whole grain bread with a little almond butter. A small bowl of oats. Something gentle that prevents that dangerous overnight crash without overloading your cardiovascular system with a heavy late meal. Your heart needs stability during sleep. Not feast. Not famine. Stability. The third deadly nighttime habit. The silent killer hiding in plain sight. This one is responsible for more nighttime strokes and heart attacks than almost anything else I have discussed today. And almost nobody knows they have it. Undiagnosed obstructive sleep apnea. Sleep apnea causes your airway to collapse repeatedly during sleep. Breathing stops completely. For 10 seconds, 20 seconds, sometimes 30 seconds or longer. Each time breathing stops, oxygen levels in your blood plummet. Each time oxygen drops, your brain fires an emergency alarm. Stress hormones flood your system. Your heart rate surges. Your blood pressure spikes violently. This can happen 5 times per hour, 10 times, 30 times. Some patients experience it over 60 times every single hour of sleep. 60 cardiovascular emergencies per hour while you lie there completely unaware, believing you are resting. Research published by the American Academy of Sleep Medicine is unambiguous. Untreated sleep apnea triples the risk of nighttime stroke. It quadruples the risk of dangerous heart arrhythmias. It is directly linked to nocturnal heart attacks in adults over 50. Warning signs include loud chronic snoring, waking up gasping for air, headaches in the morning that fade after an hour, extreme daytime fatigue despite a full night of sleep, blood pressure that is difficult to control, even with medication. I once treated a 64-year-old man whose blood pressure medication had been increased 4 times in 2 years with no improvement. Nobody had ever asked him about his sleep. His wife had been sleeping in a separate room for a decade because of his snoring. He had untreated severe sleep apnea. His cardiovascular system was under violent assault every single night. If you snore, if your partner has ever watched you stop breathing during sleep, if you wake up exhausted every single morning, please talk to your doctor about a sleep study immediately. This is not a minor quality of life issue. This is a life or death medical condition that is almost completely treatable once diagnosed. Treatment changes everything. Blood pressure normalizes, sleep restores, cardiovascular risk drops dramatically. Please do not wait. The fourth deadly nighttime habit, the one that makes everything worse. Everything I have described so far becomes significantly more dangerous when combined with this fourth habit, and I guarantee that many of you watching right now are doing this tonight. Going to bed dehydrated. After age 50, the sensation of thirst becomes weaker and less reliable. Your body can be significantly dehydrated, and you simply do not feel it the way you did at 30. Many adults also deliberately avoid drinking water in the evenings to reduce nighttime trips to the bathroom. On the surface, this sounds practical. Inside your body, it is creating a dangerous situation while you sleep. Here is what happens. When you are dehydrated, your blood becomes thicker and more viscous. Thicker blood flows more slowly through your vessels. Slow-moving blood forms clots far more easily. Now combine this with the natural changes that happen between 2 a.m. and 5 a.m. when your blood pressure is rising and your heart is working harder to push through the morning surge. If your blood is already thick from dehydration, if your vessels are already under increasing pressure from the morning surge, the risk of a clot forming and traveling to your brain or heart becomes dramatically elevated. A study published in the Journal of Cardiovascular Disease Research found that even moderate dehydration increased the risk of nocturnal stroke by over 60%. Not severe dehydration, moderate dehydration, the kind that millions of older adults walk around with every single day without feeling obviously thirsty. The solution is simple. Drink 1 full glass of water approximately 1 hour before bed. Use the bathroom immediately before lying down so you do not need to wake up. Keep a small glass of water on your bedside table and take slow sips if you wake during the night. Do not gulp, just sip. This one habit keeps your blood flowing smoothly throughout those dangerous early morning hours. It is free, it takes 30 seconds, and it could prevent a catastrophe. The 5th deadly nighttime habit, the one nobody connects to strokes. I want to close with a habit so overlooked that even some physicians do not discuss it with their patients. Your bedroom temperature is directly affecting your cardiovascular system while you sleep. When your room is too warm, your body works continuously to release excess heat. Blood vessels dilate. Your heart rate stays elevated. You lose fluids through perspiration throughout the night. Your cardiovascular system never reaches the calm resting state it needs to properly recover. When your room is too cold, blood vessels constrict sharply. Vascular resistance increases. Your heart must pump against significantly higher pressure. In older adults whose arteries are already less flexible, this constriction can be enough to trigger a heart attack or stroke in the early morning hours. Research from the American Journal of Hypertension showed that sleeping in rooms above 75 degrees Fahrenheit significantly disrupted nighttime blood pressure regulation in adults over 55. European cardiovascular data has consistently shown sharp spikes in nighttime heart attacks during cold weather periods, particularly among older populations. The optimal sleep temperature is between 65 and 70 degrees Fahrenheit. At this range, your heart rate stabilizes naturally. Blood pressure regulation improves. Your body moves more easily into the deep restorative sleep stages where true cardiovascular repair happens. This is not about comfort. This is about giving your heart the environment it needs to protect itself while you rest. A simple protective routine, starting tonight. Now that you understand what is happening inside your body during sleep, let me give you something you can act on immediately. By 6 to 7 p.m., eat a light balanced dinner, lean protein, vegetables, a small amount of slow digesting carbohydrate. Finish eating no later than 7 p.m. and give your cardiovascular system the rest of the evening to prepare for sleep. At 7 p.m., drink a full glass of water. If your doctor has prescribed medications for blood pressure or cardiovascular conditions, take them exactly as directed and discuss optimal timing with your physician. By 8 p.m., begin winding down. Gentle walking, reading a physical book, calm music, put your phone and tablet away completely. Give your melatonin the chance to rise naturally. Give your nervous system the chance to shift into rest mode. At 9 p.m., prepare your sleep environment. Set your room temperature between 65 and 70 degrees. Place a small glass of water on your bedside table. Dim all lights. At 9:30 p.m., use the bathroom fully. Brush your teeth. Take any final prescribed medications. By 10 p.m., lie down. If you snore or suspect sleep apnea, sleep on your side with proper neck support. If you wake during the night, move slowly. Sit before standing. Take small sips of water. Do not grab your phone. This routine works with your body's natural cardiovascular rhythms instead of against them. It does not require any prescription. It does not require any equipment. It requires awareness and the decision to start tonight. What I need you to remember: the 5 habits that are silently destroying cardiovascular health during sleep. Screen use in the hours before bed. Severely restricting evening food, causing dangerous overnight blood sugar drops. Undiagnosed or untreated sleep apnea. Going to bed dehydrated. Sleeping in a room that is too warm or too cold. Each one alone is dangerous. Together they create conditions where a stroke or heart attack during sleep is not a matter of if, it is a matter of when. Robert is in rehabilitation. He is learning to use his left hand again at 67 years old. He told me recently that he would give anything to go back and simply put his phone down an hour earlier each night. You have that choice right now. Tonight, before you close your eyes, your heart has worked for you every single moment of every single day without a single break for your entire life. The least you can do is protect it while it tries to rest. My name is Dr. James Harlow. If this video reached you at the right moment, please do not let that feeling pass without acting on it. Subscribe to this channel. Every week I share straightforward life-saving health information for adults over 50. Like this video so that others who need it can find it. And please share it with your spouse, your parents, your friends. Someone watching this video tonight may never know that you are the reason they wake up tomorrow morning. Sleep should heal you. Tonight, make sure it does. This is Dr. James Harlow. I will see you in the next video.